Okay, so the indication from the numbers is like try that one again. Right. Chris Matthews is interviewing Barack Obama on a stage in front of the students in American University. Um, they sort of they can't really they have to I don't know. I mean they're not. It's the subtext of what they're saying, but I guess young people don't. You wouldn't want to like disillusion them or something. But here's the thing: like one of the things is, well, they're talking about. They said, well, we have, it's been hard for you to get things done. What about that? And they said, well, he said, well, we have a divided country. So the country's very divided. Well, what the reality is, like the PR people who run the campaigns and stuff, the country's been divided into a 50-50 split. So that's being manufactured. So that's not they're not divided in terms of their like thoughts about things. But then they went into like in the past they could compromise. But one of the things that they mentioned, and they said, well, times that the country's been able to change have been when one party, was in the White House and controlled the Congress for an extended period of time. They were able to make major changes, and he cited both Republican and Democrat. He looked at, he spoke about FDR, and then they spoke about Ronald Reagan. Times when the country changed, either whatever way that is, but one party had control. What they didn't mention, but they didn't mention it because I don't know but this is one reason it's unprecedented, because the party does the Democratic Party is in the control position, but what I think is I think it's a new phenomenon. The kind of people in the Republican Party have decided to use the entire time they're blocking things and sort of telling old wives' tales about just lying basically about about what's happening in a way that can't move the agenda along. They can't move it along, but they also they don't have another position. They're just gaming on the public and blocking things and talking about like taking the president down and those kind of things and furthering like falsehoods in order to, I don't know, they think it's a way to win the election in the next campaign. That's not what's going to happen. I mean, they're just doing something that they haven't. I don't think a political party has done this in our country. That's what's actually happening. So for the first time, you have a popular president with popular ideas, and they are in the control position. But unlike at any other time when that was the case, they simply are having an impossible time moving anything forward, including like the appointments, they're moving along with healthcare, which by the way, the majority of the country is behind that. The idea that the country is divided on that, I mean, not really. I mean, all polling apparently showed that that was the major issue for most people in the country. What they've done, the part of the country is being lied to about what it is, the other party. But they also said, well, he said, well, what's happened is he said, well, the Republican Party's moved very far to the right, and that's made it hard to compromise. I don't think this is a move toward the right. Be interesting if it was, and they were sort of moving along different kinds of ideas. No, they're just attacking. They're just attacking the president in a way that's meant to just block any kind of change. But there's no reason for it, other than I guess they perceive it's a way to win the election, but it's not that kind of behavior. But they're talking to the students and sort of they're hinting at what's different, but they can't sort of say it in like a raw way. But it's true, the whole phenomenon of what's happening, that you have one of our political parties behaving that way. By the way, for what reason we don't know. Your friend here didn't. I don't think anyone foresaw that. It's unusual. Not just unusual. It suggests like nothing good. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. But also, like they're doing something that they're doing on some of the shows, is encouraging young people to sign up for healthcare. I don't know what kind of damage it's going to do. That like part of the what the other party's doing is saying that like this is that to sign up for the healthcare, like saying bad's going to happen would be the what they're indicating. So a lot of a lot of young people, I mean, probably think they shouldn't sign up, like it's bad or something. I mean, they're being made to think something negative is happening. But yeah, I mean, that's what to take away from what they're saying. I don't know. That's it seemed like I mean, that's what we took away from that. That they're talking about. But this is what's happening.